My name is John Majkut. I am the occupational therapist and clinical coordinator for the Low Vision Clinic here at the IRIS Network. Today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about lighting and lighting evaluations. That's one of the many things I do here at the IRIS Network. I evaluate people's ability to see with various kinds of light here in the clinic as well as in people's homes. There are two kinds of lighting. There are generalized lighting, which one example is the fluorescent lighting that we have here above. And then there's task lighting. This is a very simple example here that we can refocus and adjust so that it really focuses on the task at hand. Generalized lighting, as I first mentioned, is intended to really illuminate an entire room and really keep you safe. Make it so that you can safely walk from point A to point B while seeing obstacles such as furniture or the cat running across the floor. Task lighting is just as it indicates. It's really just meant for whatever task you're trying to do, whether it be writing, reading, or other simple functional activities like knitting or crocheting. What's also important with task lighting is really the quality of light. And there are a number of different lights that people use, and it's really individual as to what is best for each kind of activity, as well as each person's vision and potential impairment. The standard light that people have been using for years is the incandescent bulb. That can be very useful in task lamps. It can also create glare if it's more than 60 watts. So that would be my first recommendation, is to, if you're going to buy an incandescent bulb, that it be 60 or less. When thinking about lighting, not only is the direction and location of a light really important, but the quality of light is really important. Some people really benefit from using light that is very similar to the sun, which can be achieved in a number of ways through a full spectrum fluorescent bulb, and this is an example of it right here. There are also incandescent bulbs, whether it be the Verilux or Chromolux, all of which we can provide here at the IRIS Network. We sell them here. The other kind of bulbs that we have and that are available out in the general marketplace, you can buy these at Shaw's or some of the big box stores. These are regular incandescent bulbs that have a coloring to them. It does one of two things, or possibly both. It can increase the contrast, and it can reduce the glare, both of which can be a real impediment to being able to read, write, or participate in any functional activity that is close up. For reading, it is important to have it focus directly on whatever the activity is that you want to be looking at. So, off to the side, below the level of your eye, and directly on it, on the activity. If you're writing, there's a little bit more that's important here. You want to have the light on the opposite side of the hand you write with. So here, I actually have it on the incorrect side. I'm right-handed, and it's on my right side. And what happens here is that it creates a shadow in the area that you want to write. So, again, I have it on the wrong side. I go to write. I can actually see. But for a lot of people with a visual impairment, that shadow can really get in the way. What is better for lighting when writing is to have the lamp on the opposite side of the hand you're writing with. So in this case, I being right-handed, I put it on my left side, I focus the light, and here you can see, here's writing that I'm creating. I can write my name, and you see that there's no shadow. So I can see clearly what I've written and where I'm about to write without any shadow in the way. And that can be very useful. while lamps are really useful with reading and doing other activities, the best source of light is always the sun. The sun, has a very good spectrum and creates really nice lighting. However, it can also create some problems for people as well. And what I always recommend to people is have them set up a reading station that is useful on a cloudy day when you need light, so you have a light available. Or on a sunny day, you can keep the light aside, you can set the light aside, and you can just use the natural sunlight. So what's important is to set up a station where your back is to the sun. So it really illuminates well, doesn't cast a lot of shadows, and gives you appropriate light. With glare, there's a number of things to think about. While the sunlight is really fabulous and gives good illumination for lighting and generalized lighting throughout the house, it can also create some difficulties. It can be glary. So with windows, if you're not using it for a task at that time, it's really useful to have either blinds or a general curtain, a sheer curtain, so it allows light through, but reduces it enough so that the glare isn't so bad for people. Lighting, as I said, lighting is very individual, and different kinds of light for different people is an important detail to remember. While trying some of these things at home may be very useful, it may also be very useful to give us a call here at the IRIS Network. And the number here is 774-6273. And we can set up a lighting evaluation, either with a vision rehab therapist or myself, an occupational therapist. So please keep some of these ideas in mind. I hope it assists you with your reading and other functional activities. And again, feel free to give us a call at any point.